Hey guys, Corinne from Complicated Mama here, and today I wanted to talk to you about an issue that I personally have been having, and that is dry, cracked hands. I have been very fortunate in that I haven't ever had severely dry, cracked hands in the winter ever before. But for whatever reason, this winter is just wreaking havoc on my hands. It's bad. It's like awful, actually. I put out a call for help on Facebook and I asked, what products do you use on your hands and how do you keep your hands from getting dried and cracked during the winter? And I got some great feedback. And so I've been using some of the feedback that I was given to kind of heal my hands. And so I thought that I would share it with you today. They're still not 100%, but they're getting there. So I just wanted to share with you the first thing that I used, which was Aquaphor, and this was suggested to me by Neri from Mommy Neri. If you don't know Mommy Neri, or if you don't follow her, definitely go and check her out. She's awesome and she is a brilliant woman because this Aquaphor worked miracles in my hands. She was so right. She said to put it on and then put it on with gloves and then sleep with it at night. And so that's what I did. My husband happened to have extra hands-free gloves, which was extra convenience. And then when I woke up in the morning, I took the gloves off, and she was right. My hands, they were not cracked anymore. They were still dry, but they definitely were not cracked. All the cracks on my fingers that were killing me, they were all healed. That has been great and a lifesaver. So that's one thing. The other thing that was suggested to me was to exfoliate. And I don't know how I've gotten into the habit of not exfoliating my hands. I used to do it all the time. But somebody suggested to use sugar and honey, and I'm sure that that works awesome. And then somebody else suggested to just use coconut oil. Not for an exfoliant, but just for a moisturizer, to use coconut oil. And if you don't use coconut oil yet, definitely invest in it. It's really affordable. It's just like $9 for this big jar. I got mine on Amazon, but I'm sure that you can get it on, I'm sure you can get it in like a drugstore or something like that. But yeah, so I decided to marry those two ideas, and I used the coconut oil, and then I used some sugar that I had in my house, and I made my own hand scrub. That, by the way, smells delicious. So what's really awesome about this is that it actually is very much like a hand scrub that I used to use from Beauty Control. They had like a jar of sugar scrub, is actually I think what it was called, and they used to sell it for like $20, but it left your hands feeling so silky smooth. Like everybody, as soon as you tried it, you wanted it. So yeah, so I used to use that a lot, and that's exactly what this feels like. And basically what I did was I used 2 teaspoons of the coconut oil and 2 tablespoons of the sugar. You want to use more sugar than oil to make, the exfoliants. And so I just scrubbed my hands with it and then rinsed it off at the sink, and it was awesome. But you want to follow that up with afterwards like a cream. So that's kind of where I am now is, alright, so the Aquaphor has healed my cracking and I've exfoliated, but I'm still using the same cream that I was using because I haven't figured out exactly which one I love most. Somebody suggested Aveeno. I love Aveeno. Somebody else suggested Utterly Smooth, which I hear you can get for only like $1 or something in Walmart and Target and stuff like that. Somebody else suggested L'Occitane, and they said that their dermatologist, I believe, suggested that. So there's a lot of really great creams out there for winter hands, is what I kind of found out. I'm going to list all of them below because I personally haven't found a favorite just yet. Another thing that I've been doing though is using gloves to wash dishes. I don't know, it always seems kind of silly to me to use gloves to wash dishes, but it's really important because that's really kind of what dries out our hands, right? So my mother-in-law actually bought me these fancy gloves. So, and I've been using that, and that's been helping, keep my hands not as cracked and dry. So do you have any other suggestions? Because I'm willing to try anything. My hands, like I said, still not 100%, but getting there. So if you have any other suggestions, let me know below, and I'll let you know when I find a cream that I love.